that 50 Ja Rule thing is an interesting kind of, you know.
Man, I like how you put that. I'm gonna take that around with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting comparison because when that was going on, were you locked up when they were going at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually met Ja Rule in transit.
Oh, because he was locked up for the gun charge.
No, for that tax invasion, for that tax.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Ja Rule, cool guy.
Oh, you guys chopped it up?
Yeah, he did. We used to work
cool
out
with
shoot dice.
I've interviewed Ja Rule multiple times.
Yeah, good.
When
good
we
guy,
see each
man.
other, we kick it. You know, I mean, I understand. Maybe not. You may not like me right now because the Tony Yayo interviews, but I mean, I'm just doing my job, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not personal. But you got to understand, like, if you were out when you saw that happening, Ja Rule was the king of the world at one point. His songs, like Always on Time with Ashanti, was like the anthem. I remember 2002, I just moved to New York as a DJ, and I knew when the crowd was getting a little low, the dance floor was a little, a little light, I would throw that on, that first dun, 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 and suddenly everyone would rush the dance floor. You know, he had huge songs, anthems. He was writing for J-Lo. He was writing for Fat Joe, like their big songs and everything else like that. He had his lane, and 50 came in and started making fun of him and kind of got Ja Rule sort of out of his element. Ja Rule started doing like clap back and trying to be more gangster again, but people weren't loving him for the gangster shit.
I thought I'm from New York was a hard one too. I thought that was gonna go. I got 100 gun, 100. I'm from New York.
Well, that song did pretty well.
I thought it was going really.
That was a good comeback song. But what made Ja Rule so big, he stopped doing because I think 50 got in his head. 50 started saying, "Oh yeah, Ja Rule just sings all the time. He's whatever." Well, next thing you know, 50's singing too. It's like 21 questions.
Tricked him out of his spot.
He tricked him out of his position, and he basically got the audience to all say that they don't like him anymore. And he had a huge audience at the time.
That would mess me up. How y'all overnight just jump? That's when I was like, man, this game is...
And what I'm saying is Kendrick is kind of doing the same thing to Drake. You know, he's making people say Drake's not like us. We're different. Drake's not really black. He's not really for the culture. He takes advantage of people in Atlanta, like the slave masters did. And, he's a pedophile.
That's the part I don't like right there. I don't like that part.
Listen, if Drake was anyone else, he would have sued Kendrick and won. For you to make a song that big with an accusation that serious, because think about it, right? Like the Diddy situation. They put out a Diddy hotline. 120,000 people or something responded with stories. There's hundreds of lawsuits. Where are the Drake underage girl lawsuits? I haven't heard of a single one because I don't think they exist. I think it was all a lie. In the same way that Drake tried to say that Kendrick's daughter is not really his daughter or whatever else.
Oh, he said that?
That was one of the verses. Yeah, basically saying that Dave Free is the father of one of his kids. Secretly.
They were hit below the belt.
Yeah, I mean, they were both hitting below the belt.
See, that's why I don't feel like if Kendrick was to ask Wayne, do you want to come on and stand? Wayne shouldn't accept it.
He shouldn't?
Right. Because let me tell you why. We know with rap game, Mad Day come. And when Mad Day come, kids are going to be able to say, well, I had to bring you out on stage in your own city. I did that for you. That's a slap in the face. Wayne might would accept it because he really want that moment.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't take, no. Now, I saw Shaq and the running back Leonard Fournette say, Wayne should throw a concert and stream it during the Super Bowl to hit the, I was like, wow. But then they're going to make him look like a hater too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true, yeah.
So I was like, whoa, that would be kind of...
Yeah, but something? People need to get off that, I don't want to look like a hater. Because, for example, I remember I interviewed Tommy Davidson, the comedian. You know who he is?
No.
In Living Color? You remember that show?
I remember Living Color. That's right. I was in juvenile jail for that. I'm glad I got... Queen Latifah played Living Color, right?
No. She played, she was in Living Single.
Living Single, okay.
This is Tommy Davidson right here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Tommy Davidson, I did an interview with him a while back. And for people that are too young to remember, Super Bowl halftime was never a big deal up to a certain point. It was just, nobody cared. It was a throwaway time of the game. So this one year, they had an Elvis impersonator doing the Super Bowl halftime. That's how little they cared about it. It was just, okay, just have someone do some cover songs, whatever else, right? In Living Color was the hot show on Fox. That was the new network. They came up with the idea of, listen, no one watches the Super Bowl halftime show. We're going to do a special episode of In Living Color at the same time that the Super Bowl halftime show is going, and we're going to pull in all the star power and all our favorite guests and whatever else, and we'll have a little timer on the screen that'll show you how much time before the game actually starts, so you can watch In Living Color and then go back and watch Super Bowl when it starts. And their ratings were so huge. That was like the biggest rated show. I think they actually beat the ratings of the Super Bowl during that time. The next year, you know what the Super Bowl halftime show was? Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Big dog. Y'all won't play.
The NFL said, oh, okay, we've been messing up. We've been leaving a lot of money on the table. We're going to bring in the biggest artist in the world to do what many consider to be the greatest Super Bowl halftime show of all time.